Welcome everyone to A Course in Miracles meditation. Today I will be reading from a section of the text, chapter 17, section 2. It's called The Forgiven World, or in the Circle of Atonement edition, it is called The Beauty of the Real World. And to start us off today, Anelie ATJOY is going to sing some of the words from this section. Thanks, Anelie.
Thank you, Kate. Here is the real world, bright and clean and pure, with everything sparkling under the open sun. Nothing is hidden here, for everything has been forgiven. And there are no fantasies to hide the truth. The bridge between that world and this is so little and so easy. This little bridge is the strongest thing that touches on this world at all. The beauty of the real world. The beauty of the real world. The beauty of the real world is now.
Thank you. That was so beautiful to hear those words sung. Just takes it to, such a beautiful place in our minds. Because truth is, as a song is a song of prayer. When the Father sings to the Son, and the Son sings to the Father. So in truth, when we're in God's mind, when we've come back to God, we're going to be living in a song of just praising and singing to God. And He's going to be singing to us. He sings to us with His beautiful melodies. It's like just a beautiful song that sings forever and forever. It's an eternal song. So you might get a hint of that as you listen today. Listen to the words in the song. This is our true home. A song of prayer. Prayer of gratitude and love. Nothing else. This song doesn't ask for anything because it knows it has everything. And it's grateful for everything. So having got everything, or having everything, knowing I have everything, I just sing. I'm like a bird in a tree singing. Just singing and singing and singing for eternity of the love that I am. Just happily chirping and singing So today I'm going to read from this section of the real world, talking about it, because just in my experience was I didn't, when I was reading the course, I didn't really pay much attention to this part of the real world until I entered it. And then I went back to the course to find what I was experiencing. I found it written about. My focus was so totally on undoing the ego, being so particularly vigilant and mindful for any thought that was untrue, that I was just 24/7 vigilant for God and his kingdom, or vigilant against the ego, giving over every thought, every belief, every grievance, every upset, with 100% commitment in doing the best I could every day to be vigilant, how Jesus asked me to be. So I completely gave over being my own teacher, and I used the Course in Miracles as my teaching and Jesus as my teacher, and I gave up knowing anything. I completely surrendered to not knowing anything about anything, and therefore I could be taught. And then 5 years ago, I had the experience of seeing the real world, the vision that he talks about. What we have to understand is we can't come to this vision holding one Son of God as guilty or sinless or sinful. We have to see everyone the same with holy vision. And it's called the bridge to the real world. So let's talk about this real world that you will experience. And all we have to do is be mindful of bringing all our upsets to the Holy Spirit or Jesus for cleansing, for correction. He gently corrects them. We do our part by constantly activating the part of our mind that desires peace. We just have to come with a small willingness at the start, and then towards the end, an abundant willingness to just join with the love who created us. And as we do that, we just merge into that love. We remember that we never left that love, and that is who we are. And the personality, the mind that created the separate self, is undone and has no belief in its self-concept. It's washed away, and all that's left is this beautiful love, and looks out at holiness, looks out with divine love, true perception. So let's go there. It's sometimes important to know that some minds have reached that state, and that it's possible as more and more minds reach this state, this place of love, of a forgiven world. First of all, can you imagine how beautiful those you forgive will look to you? You're not going to see, you're not going to be interested in how a body looks to you. Body's just not going to be cared about, whatever anyone looks like. It's going to be so insignificant. Any words out of their mouth or anything they do is going to be very insignificant. In fact, it's not going to be in your awareness. I'm just going to absolutely completely love everyone. They're going to look so beautiful, like you've just met the most beautiful angel, the most beautiful love. Can you imagine what it's like to just meet Christ in everyone you meet? In no fantasy have you ever seen anything so lovely. Nothing you see here, sleeping or waking, comes near to such loveliness, and nothing will you value like this. And nothing will you value like unto this, nor hold so dear. Nothing that you remember that made your heart sing with joy has ever brought you even a little part of the happiness this sight will bring you, for you will see the Son of God. You will behold the beauty the Holy Spirit loves to look upon, and which he thanks the Father for. He was created to see this for you until you learned to see it for yourself. And all his teaching leads to seeing it and giving thanks with him. This loveliness is not a fantasy. It is the real world, bright and clean and new, with everything sparkling under the open sun. Nothing is hidden here, for everything has been forgiven, and there are no fantasies to hide the truth. The bridge between that world and this is so little and so easy to cross that you could not believe it is the meeting place of worlds so different. Yet this little bridge is the strongest thing that touches on this world at all. This little step, so small, it has escaped your notice, is a stride through time into eternity, beyond all ugliness, into beauty that will enchant you and will never cease to cause you wonderment at its perfection. This step, the smallest ever taken, is still the greatest accomplishment of all in God's plan of atonement. All else is learned, but this is given complete and wholly perfect. No one but him who planned salvation could complete it thus. The real world, in its loveliness, you learn to reach. Fantasies are all undone, and no one and nothing remain still bound by them. And by your own forgiveness, you are set free and you are free to see. Yet what you see is only what you made, with the blessing of your forgiveness on it. And with this final blessing of God's Son upon himself, the real perception born of the new perspective he has learned has served its purpose. Just going to stop and say a few things here. Jesus is talking about that we have to learn how to forgive. We have forgotten so much. We have to become like little children and not know our way home, so he can lead us home. So he shows us how to do that. He asks us to bring all our misperceptions to him, to take responsibility for every time we're upset, and just take it straight to him or the Holy Spirit. They're both symbols that help us. True symbols, the only symbols that help. So because we have such limitless minds, we have the choice to come over and be reminded. So that is forgiveness. Forgiveness is having our misperceptions corrected, having a shift in perception, being responsible for when I'm upset and taking it straight to truth, having it changed, being shown something else, having a change of mind. So this is what is forgiveness. The miracle is the outcome of forgiveness. Forgiveness is just being willing to bring everything to him that knows the truth. And the miracle is having that shift when that occurs. And we move more and more into a deeper connection with truth, with happiness and peace. We will get to a stage where every single thing is forgiven, where we just don't hold any grievance or upset or belief in anything in this world, or value and idols have been seen through as false. We have to, if we still believe that there's an idol in this world that can save us or keep us safe, we must be believing we're a body. We have to. We have to have a belief that I am a body. If I believe something here keeps me safe. So all that is going to be washed out. We're going to come to know ourselves as spirit or love or mind. They're all the same thing, but different words. And as we move into that last stage, there's going to be the glorious forgiven world in our perception. And we're getting it described to us. It is going to be the projection is going to be seen very differently. Everything has been removed from it, that the ego's meaning has been removed. And so God's meaning goes on it. You are going to see God in everything. It's going to be the most beautiful, holy perception, holy vision. And Jesus is doing his best to describe it and teach us so that we can desire it and keep going when the ego gets vicious. He's just encouraging us that where this is our home, the real world is actually a step where God takes the final step. So let's continue. This meditation may go for a little bit longer today because I would like to get through most of this. The stars will disappear in light, and the sun that opened up the world to beauty will vanish. Perception will be meaningless when it has been perfected, for everything that has been used for learning will have no function. Nothing will ever change, nor shifts, nor shadings, no differences, no variations that made perception possible will still occur. The perception of the real world will be so short that you will barely have time to thank God for it. For God will take the last step swiftly when you have reached the real world and have made ready for Him. The real world is attained simply by the complete forgiveness of the old. The world you see without forgiveness. The great transformer of perception will undertake with you the careful searching of the mind that made this world and uncover to you the seeming reasons for your making it. In the light of the real reason that He brings, as you follow Him, He will show you that there is no reason here at all. Each spot His reason touches grows alive with beauty, and what seemed ugly in the darkness of your lack of reason is suddenly released to loveliness. Not even what the Son of God made in insanity could be without a hidden spark of beauty that gentleness could release. All this beauty will rise to bless your sight as you look upon the world with forgiving eyes. For forgiveness literally transforms vision and lets you see the real world reaching quietly and gently across chaos, removing all illusions that had twisted your perception and fixed it on the past. The smallest leaf becomes a thing of wonder, and a blade of grass a sign of God's perfection. From the forgiven world, the Son of God is lifted easily into His home, and there He knows that He has always rested there in peace. Even salvation will become a dream and vanish from His mind. For salvation is the end of dreams. And with the closing of the dream will have no meaning. Who, awake in heaven, could dream that there could ever be need of salvation? How much do you want salvation? It will give you the real world, trembling with readiness to be given you. The eagerness of the Holy Spirit to give you this is so intense, he would not wait, although he waits in patience. Meet his patience with your impatience at delay in meeting him. Go out in gladness to meet with your Redeemer and walk with him in trust out of this world and into the real world of beauty and forgiveness. One of the sentences here which really struck me as I read this section before I came on to do this recording is the smallest leaf becomes a thing of wonder and a blade of grass, a sign of God's perfection. That is how I see the world now. It's an intensity of seeing everything as God, everything is beautiful. Just the perfection is just so shining and bright and gorgeous and holy. And when others talk of problems or sickness, I cannot but see it. I just see the dream. The dreamer is dreaming that they are not who they are. I cannot see what they see because the mind is healed. And even salvation will come a dream because only salvation is needed when you believe that there is separation. I'm just going to say a blessing and then I'll ask Anelie to sing again. So as I bless you today, just bless me back with the same words. Hold me in your mind and say these words to me, because there's only one mind and it always hears about it itself. So we're speaking to ourselves always, one mind hearing its blessing and receiving it. So I love you, I bless you, and I honour you. You are the perfect Christ, pure and innocent. You are guiltless, you are sinless, and you are perfect now. And thank you.
Thank you, Kate. Here is the and new. With everything sparkling under the open sun. Nothing is hidden here, for everything has been forgiven. And there are no fantasies to hide the truth. The bridge between that world and this is so little and so easy. This little bridge is the strongest thing that touches on this world at all. The beauty of the real world, beauty of the real world, the beauty of the real world is you.